Have you ever been put in a situation to where you don't know what play to make, who to attack? Alternatively, have you ever been put in a situation to where you don't know when to use your plates? Well, today we're going to explore those options, so let's jump right in. I get off work too late. This is the second time this has happened to me. I have boosters that I wanted to open. We have a maintenance that I wanted to talk about, which we will talk about. What do you guys think is going to happen with this maintenance? 5.0.4, I believe, right? I'm hoping that it's going to be a carnival. I need a break. Well, I don't necessarily need a break, but I want a break. I want to have some fun playing the AI. I want to see what decks they put together for the AI. I want to see how they play. And I want to get rewards. And you know what I want? Okay, you guys need to chill with the notifications. You need to turn those off. Anyway, I want to see shiny Gyarados. I hope. I mean, we have the shiny Magic card, but it's imperative that we get the shiny Gyarados sometime, and hopefully it has a different ability. So I kind of want to see what it does. All right, now since I can't open my boosters, we kind of talked about the maintenance. What do you guys want to see, by the way? Maybe another team match. I don't think another team match is coming up. I really hope it's Carnival. But we're going to go ahead and we're just going to jump into today's episode with the video that I have. Today, Tuesday, tomorrow's hump day. That means 5 days until Christmas. Are you guys excited? Because I'm excited because I get lots of break from work and I just want to have some time off from work. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of me rambling. Let's jump right into this match that I had last night, okay? Real quick, we're going to pause right here. I really wish... I like the feature that we can play back duels, but I don't like that the timer doesn't show. I know it'd be kind of hard for them to implement that, and I also don't like it doesn't show kind of what we do. It doesn't show when we check plates and stuff like that. It's just automatic in the movement. So I'm going to be pausing a lot and talking about plays to make and when to use your plates. So let's jump right in. Look at this team. Oh, just kidding. That was last night. So we have we're going against Aki. Sorry, I can't pronounce it, but he's got chain levels on Nala and chain levels on the chicken. Okay. Now here, basically, at the start of the game, it's kind of a chess match. When you get to the higher levels in League, I've noticed it's basically who's gonna make the first move to set up the matches. Right there, I kind of wanted to DC and go after my chicken. Oh, you know what? Here, let's talk about that real quick. Right there, I was thinking about DCing and going for the chicken with my Coco. So let's talk about when should we use your plates. So me, personally, I think you should use your plates, obviously, if you're about to lose, if you're in a position to win, or if you're in a position to have like a power position. So taking like the entry point or threatening game. But I think it needs to be sustainable. So I don't think, for instance, I should take the entry point with Lunala, like take out, let's say there's something right next to the chicken. I had Lunala in the center, and then I jump over the chicken, take the entry point in DC to try and take out the chicken. Let's just say that, or another figure that Lunala is really good against. Let's say Terrakion. I don't think that would be a power position if after that it's not sustained because the opponent, let's say, has a Blaziken that he can attack with me next turn. I think it'd be a wasted plate because Blaziken has a good shot at taking out Lunala. So that's kind of my thoughts on when you should be using plates. So here I was thinking about, should I DC the chicken? I could, but then Luna or Coco, if I do get the roll, pretty much gets KO'd by everything left on the board other than the Mew on the opponent's team. That's why I don't do it. All right, let's jump right back in. So again, just a chess match, and my opponent actually opens up really good what he does here. I want to show you guys. Brings his Nala there, and I wanted to bring Zapdos up, but I was kind of scared. He brings the chicken on, and I'm like, okay, so now this is good, and I can bring Zap. I mean, he's got 3 DCs. We're going to pause real quick. He's got 3 DCs. Oh, and also what I wanted to say is use a plate, depending on what it is, when it's on their side of the board. I believe if it's on your side of the board, if you're not trying to protect your goal, I think it's a wasted play. So my opponent has 3 double chances, and he's DCing going up against Zap. It's kind of a risky play, in my opinion, but at the same time, RNG is RNG, right? All right, so let's see what happens. DC's technically on my side of the board, but that happens. So my man gets a wasted play if he doesn't get the Moonguy's Beam, which he does not. Now I can paralyze both of those mons. So I think the reason why I think it was a wasted play, because it wasn't necessarily on my side of the board. It was neutral. It was in the center, and he attacks again, which I don't necessarily agree with, but he gets a fortunate roll. And now my opponent again, he DCs on my Coco. I mean, granted, it was on my side of the board, but the reason why I have a problem with it, and he gets the roll, he gets his Blaziken. The reason why I have a problem with it is because my Mew is on the goal. So what I do here is I bring on Blaziken to go right there. Okay, so let's talk a little bit real quick. So he basically wasted 2 DCs. He was basically just going crazy, gas pedal, full speed ahead. Now, because he already wasted 2 DCs, even though my Mew, and the reason why I said the second DC was a waste because my Mew is on the goal, because he wasted 2 DCs already, I kind of would have rather him actually use the 3rd DC and go for it. Because if he does get the roll, if he takes that risk, takes that gamble, that's GG boys for me. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I know Mew has a good shot at surviving, but because you already were that invested, I think that you just have to go full speed ahead and do that anyway. But let's continue on. My opinion, take it with a grain of salt. And then he DCs with Nala, and so now his DCs are basically gone. They're absolutely gone. Gets the miss, I get the flip. Which, I mean, we could talk about that real quick. I mean, that was probably better to DC with the Nala, because then I would, well, then again, I get to gold block, and whatever I gold blocked with, Blaziken actually has a good shot at, his Blaziken has a good shot at taking out whatever I gold block with, so I could see why he DC'd there. I mean, I get it. I just feel like the other DCs were not, I think they're a waste, because I still have all my plates, and this allows me to use my max revive right now, which I think is a good play. I have to use this max revive, otherwise I'm going to get surrounded. So I max revive and take out this threat. Well, he's not necessarily a threat anymore because he is status condition. So now I start advancing because I have good shots. I have good matchups against the 3 bonds that are on the board, and then he max revives right away. I mean, and he's got the Lunala versus Dragon is a very, very good matchup. So I think I agree with that. Here, I DC and I go after Blaziken. Now, what do you guys think? Is that a good play or is it not? I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, I think it's not. It's on my side of the board. I honestly don't know why I DC'd. I mean, I wanted to get rid of the Blaziken, and Blaziken has a history of hitting terrible rolls. Mew has a great matchup. I shouldn't have DC'd here. Mistake on my part. And he gets the Flare Blitz, and I get the Shuttle Flip. And here I was like, I'm actually going to move forward because I beat his Mew, but he's got, see, and that's why, and that was a mistake too. I shouldn't have advanced because he's got the Sceptile, but fortunately for me, Sceptile hits the double Leaf Blade. That's the only time you want Sceptile to hit the double Leaf Blade is when you're against or Mew, or when you're going against Mew. And I again DC. It was a waste, but it worked in my favor because I'm safe. But I should not. I don't think I should have. It was a wasted plate. Attacks again with Sceptile, and again gets a double Leaf Blade, which I'm very fortunate for. And now I just attack Mew or Blaziken, and the DC would have been useful there, but I already wasted it. And I probably wouldn't. Like I said, based on my analysis, I shouldn't be using it on my side of the board unless it's threatening the game. Fortunate roll there. He could have Leaf Blade, could have cheesed me right there, but he risked getting surrounded. RNG is RNG, and now we get rid of the Sceptile. Not a favorable matchup on my part, but that's 2 times in a row. Terrakion hit the Protect, so I can't complain there. go after Zap because he went off. He KO'd my Zap with his Lunala. I was like, why not? It's I don't know. Probably a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. And now I got to play defense. Attacks again, and he gets the roll this time. And now, because my man, I mean, oh yeah, I tag Zapdos because my Zapdos beats his Zapdos, so I'm not too worried about him taking the entry point. But now I'm kind of in a predicament here, so I attack again with my Zapdos because, like I said, just kidding. I attack with Blaziken. I forgot. Because Blaziken has a pretty good matchup, and I can't believe I hit that roll. That's kind of funny. He takes the entry point now, I believe. Yeah. And he paralyzes everyone. Good play. Very good play. Now here it's... Okay. Let's talk about the best scenario here. I'm pretty backed into a corner. He's got a Zapdos taking my entry point. Now I can either attack with Blaze on the Zap, or I can attack with my Zap on his Zap or his Blaze. I feel like Zapdos against his Zapdos is the better play, so that's what I went with. Ugh. And now my opponent can start slowly advancing, and I have to get the Zapdos off the entry point, and I do. Fortunate roll. But the odds are in my favor, so... Another thing you need to do is figure out what's best in your favors and go that way. The reason why I put my Coco there is because I was anticipating the Mew coming up and I wanted to surround him. But what I decided to do here, instead of using my Coco here, I'm going to talk about it real quick. Instead of having my Coco over and attack the Mew, which I have a great opportunity to take it out, if I did, that leaves Terrakion, like Coco, open to Terrakion. So what I decided to do here is I swap spot. Even though I'm paralyzed, my Blaziken has a decent shot at taking out the Terrakion. But also, my Mons are paralyzed. At this point, I'm trying to cycle my Mons out because I have Lunala on deck. So that's why I swapped. Fortune roll, I can't believe it. And now I get the entry point, and like I said, Mew is Mew. But okay, and I think that was my opponent's mistake right there. I think, well, actually, no, that wasn't necessarily a mistake. I was actually, I don't know. I think he should have attacked with Mew there. Honestly, I think he should have attacked with Mew. But because he put on his Lunala there, this gave me a great opportunity to attack the Terrakion. And this is where I'm talking about making the right plays. I know if I don't win this roll, I'm actually baiting my opponent to surround with Mew because I would rather have my Lunala back. So this is what I do. I have a shot at taking out Terrakion, and if I don't, then I get my Lunala back if he surrounds with Mew. So I have great odds. He gets the protect. That would have been great for me, but my opponent decides to surround with Mew, and I was like, good, this is what I wanted. Now I can bring Lunala back on the deck, or back on the board freely. Can't remember what happens here. Okay, he wins this roll. And now I can advance with my Lunala. My Lunala beats out his Lunala, but you guys know RNG. You guys know how it is. And then I think... Oh, no, he attacks. Yeah, attack. I agree. I think I agree with this play, but actually, I don't know. Because that happened, because he did that, now that frees me up to hop over his Lunala and take out, or attack his Terrakion. I don't know, I think a safer play would have been to move his Lunala next to his Terrakion, because then I would have attacked his Lunala. And it would have set me back a turn, but now I have the advantage. Now I have the momentum because he moved Mew, or because he attacked with Mew and I survived. And so that's what I'm talking about, wasting plates. I wasted those two DCs. It would have been nice to have a DC here in the late game, so I attack, get the roll. Hold on, let me text McKenna back. Alright, so I get the fortunate roll. Now my opponent, I can't remember if he still has gold block, but I mean, yeah, he's pretty well covered. I don't want to get surrounded the following turn, so I move my Lunala back, and now I can move up my Terrakion. Terrakion has a great shot I think my opponent should have been moving closer to Terrakion, in my opinion. Even though he does get the burn here, he gets a Wisp on me, and now my Lunala is in a bad shape. I honestly think he should have went towards my Terrakion. But because he's kind of backtracking, I think he should have went towards my entry point and at some point met my Terrakion and then been in position to take the entry point. But so here's what I'm talking about: making the right plays. I know I'm burned, but I still have a decent shot at taking out the Mew. So I'm go after this Mew, knowing that I could probably get KO'd the following turn. Works out in my favor. Take out Mew. Yeah, he can freely bring on Zap, which he does. And again, so now I start collapsing. I figured he's gonna bring his Blaze there, which he does. But now here I'm thinking in my head, all right, what should I do here? My Lunala is pretty much expendable right now because I'm status conditioned, because I'm burned. But the best play here is to go after the Zapdos because I still have a shot at taking out the Zap. Even though it's slim, he can hit the 50, I can hit my Y or the Moongeist Beam. And the reason why I'm not afraid of losing my Lunala is because I get Blaziken back on. And Blaziken is great. So now he starts advancing, which is right. I believe it's the right play because he wants to get my entry point covered. But I get a fortunate roll here. Can't believe I got a fortunate roll. So now my opponent has to attack with Blaze because I don't think he has a gold block. Takes out my Lunala, which is fine because now I can move on my Blaziken freely. Plays. Going after the Blaziken. Because I can bring on my Blaziken freely. I'm not fearing the Lunala that's coming close to my goal. I'm like, okay, Blaziken has a history of not hitting rolls. He's got a miss. He has that jet kick. I know he has a favorable matchup. But at this point, I was like, you know what? Because I get my I get my Coco or my Zap after this, and I think I would rather have them other than my Terrakion on the board right now because I believe my opponent's Coco is off of the board. So that's why I was like, I mean, if I win, great. I have a small, slim chance. But if he gets KO'd, then I can bring on another good Mon. It's all about cycling. But I get a good roll there. Yeah, I was gonna bring on my Zap, and because I'm gonna pause real quick. Because I have the Coco on the board, I can bring the. Oh, he doesn't even have a Coco. Yeah. So I was thinking, even if I do get KO'd, I get the Zap Coco combo. So now he brings on his Terrakion versus my Terrakion, and my Terrakion has the better chains. That's why I remember. Okay, that's why I wasn't scared. So he has to attack with his Terrakion. This could flip of a coin, and your boy wins. Terrakion just bah. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a little unnecessary. I don't even think people dab anymore. But Terrakion goes on a killing spree there. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my analysis on what goes through my head when I'm trying to make plays or when to use your plays. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? Or what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. When should you use your plays? When should you cycle? When should you, basically when should you cycle and when should you use plays? But that's it for today. We're going to cut it there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace.